So making a quick video response to this comment that I received. I'm gonna get a lot of for this, but I do like to date really tall guys. Yes, I prefer 6 feet, but it's not like a deal breaker if you're not. I think it's like a huge controversy for short girls like me, 5'2", to want to date taller guys. But you know what's worse? It's when someone lies about their height. A lot of the guys on Hinge will say that they're like 6 feet, but they're actually like 5'8". And the issue with that is that I have stepbrothers that are all 6 feet and above. They're all incredibly tall. So if you're lying, like I know right off the bat because I know what the reference point is. Oh yeah, and if someone says that they're like 5'8", they're probably like 5'2". I mean, I definitely wouldn't date someone shorter than me though because I'm already 5'2", so. But I feel like a lot of girls would have the same standards. This is not just me.
He doesn't have to be 6 feet tall. It's not a deal breaker. Really, Colleen? Who are you trying to kid here? That's not even a deal starter, period. And what's worse is when someone lies about their height. Interesting choice of words coming from someone who has at least 2 pounds of makeup on. And let me be honest here, sister. If you look like this with that much makeup on, you really need to reevaluate your standards. Ladies, here is something that the bulk of you really don't even consider. And that is the chances of your 6-foot-plus a dream man is a player who will not commit are higher than average. I'm being honest. Screw any insecure feelings short men may feel because feelings change and confidence will win out the day for a short king. But women dreaming about Mr. Super Tall Chad/Tyrone flinging his unwrapped sour cream-filled burrito into her taco has a high probability of leaving you a single mama. I mean, seriously, why would he settle for you when there are 10 other women like you dreaming of being with him? This is my public service of the day, trying to bring awareness to you ladies of how these players operate. Hey, get mad at me all you want, ladies. It's not my fault at kindergarten pickup you see a mixture of a few men under 6 feet tall and a gaggle of single mothers rushing in before their second shift starts.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Moving on.
Hi Milo, I just wanted to take a quick second to reply to your comment because, first of all, this is a really bold assumption for you to make, specifically for me, because I actually have dated men who are shorter than me, more than once. I'm quite tall myself, so I get it, I really do love a short king, but this is not short king behavior. This is tiny man behavior, is what this is right here. I find that the issue with a lot of short men, however you may define that, is not the fact that they're short. It's the fact that they have a complex about being short. You're assuming that people don't date you because of your height, when really I think it's your attitude. That's all. It's just some friendly advice I wanted to give you. Whatever your height is, just rock it. Just rock it. Just own it. Okay? Bye.
Firstly, fam, let's address the message she is referring to. It says, remove height as your only criteria to date a man. Pointless criteria anyway, and you'll meet some good men. Okay, if she is trying to make a case for tiny man behavior, I don't think she was too successful. Don't get me wrong, as I do get the correlation of if it were a man putting a weight criteria on a woman, it would be the same. But that logic falls apart easy. And I apologize to the body positive females viewers, but I am about to keep it 100. Men can't control their height. It's basically genetic lottery. Women can absolutely control how much they eat and how much exercise they partake in.
Squeeze me? Oh no, you dick.
Secondly, the comment actually is based on sound advice, and I have to be honest, when women put a height requirement and want the man they are interested in to have no requirements, that is some false virtue signaling at its finest. Do I have to say why?
How come, damn it? Why? Say it! Say it!
It's because it shows how shallow those women, being the bulk of them, truly are. Come on, ladies. When you try to shame men into dating women who are in higher age brackets, higher BMI levels, higher income earning, high baby daddy counts, while claiming all women are beautiful and should be accepted how they are, men are just going to walk away even faster. How can any of you dare demand high attributes from men while absolving yourselves of acknowledging your multiple flaws?
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
Moving on.
When I dated people in the past, I would go for things that could change over time, like personality. And we're all about learning from our mistakes. So, given my terrible dating record, I am now going for things that stay pretty consistent over time. And so I started talking to this boy, and every time my friends ask about him, my first response is just, oh, he's tall. I think he's above like 6 feet or something. And then usually they just respond with, oh, I'm so happy for you, but there has to be other things. And I'm sure there are other things, I just can't lead with those things. Because when I dated my ex, I used to start off with the fact that he was nice, but then him being nice turned into him yelling at me every time he got hot in the car. But it was his car, and he was the one that didn't get his AC fixed. So, at least with height, that can't really change unless he gets his kneecaps chopped off or something. So I guess the moral of the story is, go for things that can't change over time. Like height, trust fund amount, inheritance, just things like that.
Height, trust fund amount, and inheritance. This young queen sure has her priorities in the right place.
But that's what she is. She's a gold digger. She's a gold digger.
Someone get her a shovel. Now, the points I want to address are, firstly, go for something that doesn't change over time. Ladies, this is very important because men go for things you have that do change and lose value over time, like youth, beauty, egg count, weight, and health. And yes, ladies, the younger you are, the more attractive you are. Secondly, she made it clear that women will walk away from a man who has health issues. Now, before any of you ladies writes in the comments that this is just ignorance of youth and she will change her mind over time, save it. The dating market is filled with middle-aged women who left their husbands still thinking dating is still like in their 20s. And to my younger male viewers, do not think as women get older they drop the height requirement. Not just did I have a grand elder queen demand height information on dating apps in a previous audit, link in the cards. Also, something tells me that there are going to be multiple stories in the comments about short, overweight, 50-year-old plus grand elder queens demanding a tall king to take care of her because her taco turned into a roast beef sandwich is the bomb. Moving on.
One, I get to determine what my criteria is and what's important to me in dating. Two, I think that of all people, I'm allowed to have a height requirement. I don't have an age requirement. I don't have an income requirement. I don't have a hair loss requirement. And I don't have a weight requirement. Why do I have a height requirement? Because this is me. Between the ages of 30 to 39 in the 98.1 percentile across the entire country for height. I think most people would agree that it's acceptable to want to date your equal. And actually, according to natural selection principles, most people do that. If I'm going to Equinox, I'm going to be surrounded by other people who are in the same income bracket as me and probably going to meet those people in the wild. And they're going to be people that I choose to be friends with, start relationships with. If I live in a certain area of town with a certain demographic that makes me feel comfortable because it's my demographic, I'm going to meet other people of that same demographic. If I make $200,000 a year, is it not fair for me to want to date someone who makes $200,000 a year? I'm not saying I do, but just on an equivalency scale. And finally, to the 15%, it's actually closer to 29.6%. So I have a chance.
This post-wall queen is so smart that she only made sense to women. Let me explain to this Miss Post-wall 5'9", 5'10" queen. Just because she thinks making more money puts her on equal footing with a man does not make it real. The bulk of women erroneously think if they make $200K, it means they deserve a man who makes that much. Nope. Why would a man who makes that much settle for you when he can date someone younger? You don't make the rules, sister. You only price yourself out of the dating market. Your money is your money. It doesn't make you more attractive to most men. And her saying she doesn't have an income requirement right before she put out her income equality example just shows the bulk of men she has contradictory tendencies. Now, ladies, before any of you throw in the comments that short kings should work to impress women who have height requirements and change their minds, I'm going to advise my younger male viewers not to bother doing that. You see, when a woman tells a man, I don't like short guys, but who knows, or I might change my mind on short guys, that is an immediate red flag. Regardless of how tall or short she is, the unrealistic demand and demeaning aspect of a relationship is placed on the man. It sets the stage for the man not being good enough for her, and he must atone for his height sins by appeasing this greatly flawed queen in some way.
Kneel before Zod!
In other words, she thinks she is a prize and she is doing you a favor. This isn't limited to height. Anything she can mold this statement into can apply, be it income, girth, or even skin pigmentation. Just walk away and let Chad/Tyrone convert her into a single mother, if she isn't one already who hasn't learned her lesson.
The Chad was great.
Moving on.
I want you to imagine a situation wherein the two of us are out to dinner and you order a salad with chicken and I order a salad without. And the salads come and we're both enjoying our salads and you're like, oh my God, you should try some chicken. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really like chicken. And you're like, no, you need to try the chicken. And I'm like, it doesn't really like sit my stomach well. I don't really love it. And you continue to tell me that I must try the chicken, and it's really too bad that you're not open to eating chicken, Eve. And I'm like, yeah, but I just don't like it. It's not really my cup of tea. I don't really enjoy it. And you proceed to tell me that I'm having a less enjoyable experience and have less options because I'm not eating chicken. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I'm making a distinct choice. Only one of the salads is vegetarian, and I'm deciding to eat the vegetarian salad because I'm vegetarian, but don't mind that you're eating chicken. Have fun eating chicken. I just don't want chicken. And I realized that 4 out of the 5 salads have chicken, and so there's only one salad that I can choose from, but I'm not mad about it. I just realized I only get to choose from one salad. It's just the reality and the facts. You continue to be like, too bad you're not eating chicken. Why do you care if I'm eating chicken? How does my chicken intake affect you? Why does it bother you that I don't like chicken? You don't appear to be chicken, so it doesn't feel like this is a personal attack on you.
The logic this queen used here to compare her height criteria is flawless, except for the huge gaping holes she presented. I mean, obviously choosing to date men of a certain height minimum is the same as choosing only one type of salad. Except, unlike salads, men are not some menu item you pay for. Just because you like a tall man, it does not mean he is going to like you back. In fact, he may plant his own criteria and say he doesn't date women with a mustache. Oh, was that wrong of me to mention a physical characteristic that was probably genetically inherited as a dating deal breaker? Also, let's not ignore the fact that not only is this queen cutting her options down, she is also raising her competition level. The bulk of women are gunning for a tall Chad/Tyrone. At best, she may just be put on a rotation roster for a guy who checks all her boxes, i.e. a single mother lifestyle, high probability. There's also the chance she ends up with a tall guy who will have not much else to offer, if that is what she wants. Let's face it, men know that although height can give them some advantages, it guarantees nothing in life. According to a PubMed Great Britain publication, link in the description, adult height was not significantly associated with unemployment. In other words, although short kings will have more challenges than tall kings, they will both go through life on veteran difficulty. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.